Yeah, I made it out. I made it out. That's gonna count to something, yeah, right? Yeah, that's gonna count to something. Like finally you made it out, You're one of the lucky few. You survived. That's gonna count for something. And now you can look back at those who you left behind and do you feel better about yourself? You willing to go back and help? Like where you are, you willing to help someone else get where you are, or are you too envious, like you're too proud, you want to remain there. You don't want anyone who came from where you are to end up like where you are just now. Yeah, you're the lucky ones who made it out. I mean, you deserve an applause. We should sing a song for you. Well, how do you feel about your new environment now? Are you fitting in well? Is it a bit challenging? Are you trying to climb up further, or are you just okay where you are? You're like, okay, well, I made it out. Then that's it. Because the reason I'm telling you this is like I know a lot of people like me who made it out. But yeah, they just made it out and that's it. They're like, why do I need to go further? There's no one from where I am who's gotten to this place. So therefore I must stop, take a look at myself and congratulate myself. Just like a tree grows to 10 foot, 20 foot tall and then looks down like, wow, I really made it this tall. But the difference between you and a tree is that a tree grows, it keeps growing, never stops. Why? It has no option. A tree just grows. That's what it does. But now you've made it out and you feel like you've achieved maybe all you thought you couldn't achieve, and now you're like, okay. So instead of focusing on growing in a new environment, learning new skill, building new connection, new network, learning from people who are in that environment, because basically let's be true, this is not your habitat. You're foreign to this environment. So there's people you met there who are very comfortable in this environment. So basically you have to learn how to speak to these people, how to talk, how to get to understand them. So while you're learning that, why not try and reach back and help someone else like you to come join you? Now how's your new environment? How are you doing? Yeah, are you one of these three people? They said there's three types of people in life. Those who have, probably you meet these people in your new environment. Those who have nothing, probably that was who you were before. And those who have something they've not paid for. Those who have something they've not paid for with this whole social media lifestyle now, audio and everything, everyone posting up everything to impress people who they left behind, instead of going and telling people the truth, like, look, you could become something, you could do more than me. Apply yourself, start learning early, start reading books, start training your mind, start thinking, start having an idea. Don't let someone else think for you, because why? That person who thinks for you owns you. That person who thinks for you would give you a job. If someone else thinks for you, they will always have a job for you. I've not seen anyone in this life who climbs up the ladder fast just for doing what he's told to do. Doing what you're told to do will keep you in a job, will sustain you. But being the one, understanding what needs to be done would move you up faster. So are you one of those people? You post things you've not paid for just to impress people you left behind. Wow, we should clap for you, man, because you're doing really well. Are you one of those behind closed doors you can't even pay your bills? You're flaunting what you've not paid for. Why not flaunt what you've paid for? Why not flaunt what you've got? Nothing. If it's nothing flaunted, at least we'll respect that. Then we'll see you drive, we'll see you go. Are you one of those who flaunt what they haven't got because you believe you can never achieve that? You can never get to that place. You can never imagine, flying a first class, having a house in a nice environment, driving a good car, having a good job, going on holiday with your family, helping someone else. Is that the reason why you always posting fake things? Living a fake life, having something you can't pay for, driving yourself into debt? Are you one of those? Because I feel the cost of those is when you lack ideas, when you lack dreams, you're more likely to just, make up things. Are you one of those? If you broke and you're acting rich, mate, the joke is on you. The joke is on you. You out there flaunting what you haven't paid for. The joke is on you. Because there's many people dying these days of obesity, what they put in themselves and not. But there's actually more people dying of what's inside them. They die with these songs, they die with the glory because they're not able to put this out. There are a lot of people dying with the dreams. There are a lot of people dying with frustration, depression, stress. Because they've let someone else talk them into what they can't afford. They're trying to impress someone, they've got into debt. Are you one of those? And are you doing this because you believe you cannot achieve what you think you deserve? They said life gives you what you deserve, not what you want. And what you deserve, you walk towards it. You put steps towards it. You put ideas together. You think, you sleep. You focus. Many people live check to check, but sometimes it's temporary. There's nothing living check to check. If you're honest about that, you're humble, you focus, and you walk into something. It's temporary. Most things in life are temporary. Like Jim Rohn says, there is just one night. There's no double night. Light comes. Day comes after darkness. Light, day would come. Regardless, there's just one night and then comes day. There's no double night. After winter, there's spring. After spring, there's summer. There's no double winter before you have spring. No. So regardless of what situation you're going through, you just grind. Follow the process. Walk towards it. Wherever you imagine you will get, as far as you follow the process. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Don't let pride overtake you. Don't let pride come before you. Kill the demon pride. Pride is the devil. Don't let it get hold of you. Kill that demon pride. It will deprive you of everything. It will leave you in one place. And you know what being in one place means? The Tata tribe of Southeast Asian have this course where they say, may you remain in one place. May you remain in one place for the rest of your life. They don't swell on it. That's what it is. May you remain in one place. Because why? When you remain in one place, you're not progressing. Pride will keep you in one place. Pride will take people away from you. Pride would pull everything away from you. Kill the demon pride. Kill the devil pride in you. How do you feel when someone says to you, oh, I'm proud of you? I mean, growing up, like from where I came, it wasn't usual for us to show love. It wasn't usual for us to say, I'm proud of you. But we all knew we felt that. I mean, but how do you feel when someone says, I'm proud of you? How does it make you feel? You should kill that demon pride in you. Don't let that pride take hold of you. Don't let that pride take hold of you. We are product of some circumstance. I'm a product of poverty. Yeah, I'm a product of poverty. And so what? I made it out. And so what? Now that I've made it out of the struggle, do I stop? Do I fold my hands and say, okay, I made it out of the struggle now, at least I'm better than someone, No. You made it out of your struggle, you're just about to start your journey. Let people judge you. Let people judge you for your past. Let people judge you for your past. I was my local tennis club a few months ago, and some guy, an older guy, I think he's in his 60s or 50s, called me back, and he was trying to drag me through my past, telling me when I was running around poor and have nothing and all that. That made him feel good. I could have challenged him and put him in his place, but I said no. I just gave him his space because I knew after a second one is done that I'm gone. I didn't let that bother me. So if someone is going to pull your past in you, judge you, that's on the person. That's not you. They can say what they want to say about your past. As far as you're sincere and honest in your past, That's not you. Don't let it bug you. Don't let it bug you. It doesn't bug me at all when people talk about my past. It doesn't bug me at all because my past made me stronger. That process got me to where I am today. That process is leading me. That process has led me and it's still leading me. Why? Because I'm following the process and I can see the change continuously, day after day. Like I'm speaking to you today because I know where you are. I can feel you. I'm going through the same thing you're going through, but I have laid a path and it's working for me. And that's what I'm saying to you. If you follow this path, if you stick to it, if you focus, focus. I am there with you. Like I say, I am my own greatest critics. I break down my failures and I try to work on them. I'm talented in some areas and I'm weak in some areas. I work on two strength and one weakness. But I'm trying to grow every day. And a lot of things I'm still failing currently, consistently, every single day. But why? I'm not giving up. Because why? I've gone through the process of not giving up. I fail constantly and I still wake up the next morning and carry on. Once I said my prayer, I face the day. I have no other option. It's just one option, one plan A. Nothing else. One plan A. That's my goal. It's like go, go, go. I'm like the ant. I wake up, I've got my goal, I go for it. Regardless, I go for it. I get it, I don't get it, I push on. There's no option B. Just like an ant. If you trying to stop an ant, it finds a way. It goes over it goes underneath, it tries until it dies, and that's the pattern I've adopted. I have a goal, I go after it day after day, night after night, and that is the process. When you start enjoying the process, when you start waking up and looking forward to the process, life becomes a lot easier for you. I am my own greatest critic, but then I don't kill myself over my failures. I don't bury myself. I don't constantly like put myself down. Why? Because there's always people there. There's always people there who are gonna do that. That's not your job anyway. Why join them? There's always people who are gonna criticize you regardless of what you do. I don't kill myself over my failure. I simply review my losses. I learn from them, I profit for them. Yeah, I learn from my losses, I profit from my losses, and then I move on. There are still people who are there. That's their job. They spend years putting you down. They're already there. That's their job. So why voluntarily do that? Just review your losses. Pick out the best from your loss. Try not to fail twice at the same thing. They says everyone fails, but failing over at the same thing over and over and over again, that's where you have a problem. You can learn from your past, but use that past to improve on yourself. But don't spend the whole day, month, week criticizing yourself. Why? Because then you get stuck in one place and you never move in. Leave it to the critics. They would do, regardless of what you do, good or bad, they will criticize you. Leave it to them. That's their paid job. Do you want to take it away from them? Just like everyone else, we all have a battle. We all have a fight. I have been fighting to stay alive since I was 8 years old. Since I went in primary school, I have been fighting every day to stay alive. A lot of losses, a lot of wins. Some of my fights don't even last long enough to be called a fight. But all the experiences, all the challenges, all the ups and downs, all the wins and losses, I cherish every single experience. Why? Because it's made me stronger. Why? Because it's led me here. Why? Because it's leading me to my destination. There's never been a teacher. I dislike. There's never been a master I dislike. Even when I was a ball boy in a tennis club, I basically it was like an apprenticeship. Being a ball boy to rich folks. After work, they take out the angers in you. Different people, but I learned how to cope. I learned how to adapt, because from everyone, regardless of who that person is, you would still learn something from someone. Even from Hitler, as horrible as he was, he still had some good characters. Although he used the characteristics for bad, but he still had that in him. So from everyone, regardless of that person or who that person is, you could still learn from that person if you study that person properly. You just take the good from that person and use it for good. But they've got the good, they decided to use it for bad. That's not you. You just learn from them, use their good, and you take their good and use it for good. I'm currently fighting different battles, of which I'll probably tell you about sometime. But this is what life is about. If you're not going through challenges, if you're not fighting challenges, if there's no ups and downs, then you might as well be in the cemetery. You might as well be dead, because that's the only place you get to where you never have ups and downs, different emotions. Yesterday at the park, at the tennis park, I was just playing tennis and I turned back. There was a lady, a grown-up woman in an affluent area. She just came to the park and she sat there. She was crying for 2 hours. This lady was just there crying, and an older lady went to console her. That lady was there. She just came out to walk her dog. She was there trying to console this lady for like an hour, and after she left, this lady was still crying. Now, if you saw that lady, you probably never knew she was going through something, but then she was going through something. So everyone has this something they fight, and they have a battle they're going through. We all, regardless of the level of wealth, education, status in society, we all going through something. We all have that emotion. We all have that need of something. So we all have a battle. We all have a fight. It is the process. And I believe you can be one of those who made it out. Just stick to the process. Stick to the process. It depends on you. The process depends on you. The ball's in your hand. The ball is in your hand. I believe in you. I believe everything will turn out fine once you stick to the process. Once you wake up every morning, you say your prayer and you face the day. Don't pay attention to people's benign gestures. Focus on your dream. Focus on your goal. They say courage is a prayer that has said, a fear that has said its prayer. So when you wake up that day, you give glory to God for making you see another day. Once you said your prayer, you should be ready to face the day, regardless of what it brings. The day would come, and ups and downs will come. Don't go around expecting failures, but be open-minded. If you expect up and down, then when it comes, it wouldn't be a shock to you. It's like going to a tennis match. I always going to win, but then I know there's a percentage I'm going to lose. So when it comes, it's not the worst shock in my life, regardless of who I'm up against. And life is like that. You always plan to win, but when failure comes, you prepare to take it. Why? Because that's part of life. It's challenges. Take life, have a focus. If you're looking through a camera lens and it's not focused on something, it goes blurry. That's how life is. You only see what you aim at. You only see what you aim at. You focus on something and that's what you're going to see. You focus on something, you repeat that thing over and over, day after day. It becomes part of you. It becomes a process. You enjoy waking up to the process. Why? Because it becomes easier. The more you push, the more you persevere, the more you persist. Consistency. That's why some footballers are paid millions, or basketballers are paid millions over some period, over a season. Why? Because they're consistent. Like a footballer that will score like 40 goals in every season. It's not just one season. He doesn't score 40 in one season and 5 in the other, 40 in one and 10 in the other. He does 40 consistently. Sometimes it goes to 50, sometimes it goes 45, but he hits that target of 40 consistently, and then he's paid for that. Every human in this world, most human in this world, I would say, they are the product of their services. We people, we are the product of our service. You are basically your service. You are your service. What you sell is who you are. That's how people see you. Based on the service you get. You sell a good service, you sell more. You sell a bad service, you sell less. You are a product of your service. So the more you prepare your service in your workplace, in your personal career, in your life, whatever you do, you are a product of your service, and that's what people see. So when you start trying to sell a good service, an above average service, giving more than you paid for, then you will see the reward. You see the changes. You see the attraction. They say like attracts like. When you start putting people first, making people feel welcome, then they start putting you first. They start making you feel welcome. They start thinking about you. Make your service. Sell a good service, and life will reward you. Because why? Life is there just to reward you. It waits for your command. You give it, it follows. Why? But you have to give it the right command. You have to be clear. You have to be specific. Don't let life shortchange you. No. Don't let life shortchange you. You've made it out. You've made it out. Now it's time to climb the higher ladder. And while you're there, try to take someone else with you. Let them see what you're seeing, and then they can reach down and take another person. They said giving. Giving is the beginning of life. When you start giving, you start living. Not only when you give, you receive, you start living. Just like the start of your life. Like before then, you've just existed. If you've never experienced the power of giving, you've just existed. You've existed in this life, just taking up space. But when you start giving, when you start seeing the feeling, the happiness it puts on other people's life, it puts food on other people's table, then you start understanding the power of giving.